Hello everybody, this is Paul Sion, Realtor with United Real Estate Home Connections. I'm a licensed real estate agent here in Ohio and Kentucky. I work in the greater Cincinnati area and the northern Kentucky area as a real estate agent, helping buyers, sellers, as well as investors out. In this video, I want to talk about getting pre-approved for a mortgage. Now, if you're paying cash, this does not apply to you. Even in the case of paying cash, you need to have a proof of statement funds, some sort of statement that says that you have this amount of cash that you're able to purchase this property, purchase this house. The seller is generally going to require that prior to accepting an offer because they want to make sure you're able to close on that offer. Now, with a mortgage, you need to have a pre-approval letter. Just because you are eligible to get a mortgage, you can apply for a mortgage, does not necessarily mean you will get approved for the amount of the house that you're buying. Especially these days with mortgage rates higher than they were in the past. Recent averages were coming in the 7.48% mortgage rate, which compared to a year or two ago when the rates were 2, 3, 4%, a buyer could afford a more expensive home with a lower rate as compared to today with the higher rate in the 7% range. That higher rate means buyers need to look for a home that's going to result in a mortgage payment that fits within their budget. So basically the pre-approval letter is going to give you a total amount that you're approved for, and your mortgage lender should also give you a general idea of what the current interest rates are. So the interest rates obviously move on a day-to-day basis. It is possible for buyers to get a lock on that interest rate, and those lock policies are going to vary lender by lender. So definitely talk with your lender and ask what are their interest rate lock policies. Are there any costs for that? How long do they last? And when do you need to lock in that rate? So with the current market the way it is, with mortgage interest rates up, with more banks taking a step back and reducing their appetite for risk, a lot of lenders are now being a little more strict in terms of who they approve and how they approve them. So if you don't go through the process of getting a pre-approval beforehand, you find a house, you make an offer, first thing the seller's going to ask is, where's your proof of funds or where's your pre-approval letter? Oftentimes a lender can get you a pre-approval letter within a day or two. They can get you a tentative pre-approval letter, assuming you have all the paperwork you need. Sometimes it takes a little longer, sometimes it can be a little quicker, depends on the lender, but most sellers aren't going to wait around, especially if they got multiple offers, if they got other buyers ready with pre-approval letters. You are going to be in a poorer position compared to other buyers who are ready to go, who've got their pre-approval letter in hand and can get their offer accepted and the lender ready to move forward with the next steps to get their mortgage approved. So it really doesn't make sense to start your home shopping process until you get that pre-approval letter, because that pre-approval letter is going to give you that total amount that you can borrow to purchase your home. Now you need to look at that amount. Sometimes the lenders will give you a higher limit than you're really looking to buy. Basically, you're trying to stick within a certain range in your budget. For example, they approve you for $500,000. You're mainly interested in $300,000, $400,000 homes. Even though you're approved to that level, that $500,000 limit, you can still go buy a house, $300,000, $400,000, no problem, no questions asked. That pre-approval letter also gives you peace of mind in that the houses that you are looking at, you're not wasting your time on. So let's say, for example, you're looking in the price range of $400,000. You find a house you really like. You go get your pre-approval letter prior to putting in an offer, and they only pre-approve you for $300,000 based on higher mortgage rates. Then it's going to be a big disappointment, a big letdown that you liked that house, it was really nice, it was something you could see yourself living in, but now your lender is not willing to approve you to purchase that house. So either it means bringing more cash to the table in terms of down payment. So you're pre-approved for $300,000, the house is $400,000, you're going to need to bring much more down in order to get the mortgage on that home. So pre-approval letters are generally good for 60, 90 days or more. It depends on your lender. It's a question to talk with your lender, chat with them, ask them, how long is this pre-approval letter good for? And under what circumstances do I need to come back and update you with information in order to get an update on the pre-approval letter? So there may be situations where you change your job, you find yourself with a major expense, you had to take out a loan to cover that expense. That can impact your pre-approval letter. That can impact the amount you can borrow to purchase a house. So for example, you're pre-approved for $400,000, you buy a car, that changes your debt to income ratio, and the lender could theoretically drop your pre-approval amount to $350,000 based on what they think you can pay. So always check in with your lender. Your lender should be ready to help and assist and update your pre-approval letter. And the opposite could happen. So let's say you suddenly get a promotion in your job, and with that promotion comes a boost in pay. So there's potential for your pre-approval mortgage amount to go up as well. So it's always helpful to keep in touch with your lender, make sure your pre-approval letter is updated, especially when you're active in the home shopping process. Let's say you do decide to take a pause for whatever reason, you want to come back later and start the home shopping process again. Make sure you reach out to the lender, ask them what's the current status of your pre-approval, what do I need to give you to make sure it's up to date. So when I do make an offer, I am ready to close on that deal. That's all I have for this video, so please hit that like button if you found this to be helpful and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.